Hi, and welcome back to Pittman's Pumpkin Patch. It's August 1st, 2012, and just figured I'd give you an update. It's been a little while. Do have some progress on some of the plants, and talk about some of the new ones that I've planted. The ones that you'll see here today that are your bigger plants or whatever, they're about 1 month old. I planted these Howden plants that you see right here. I planted them back on July 4th, along with that Howden plant there, and that Charisma right there. Those are all back on July 4th, as well as some of the plants inside the hoop house there. We'll get to that in a little bit. There used to be two Howdens here. I took one out to give more room for the better one to grow, more nutrients and everything. And you can see there's a vine starting to come up here, so it's slowly working its way. Now this is two plants right here. I wish it was one, but this is two Howden plants. The one right here on the right caught up very fast. Once it sprouted probably a week later than the other, maybe 2 weeks later than the other, and it's pretty much almost caught up with it. There's male flower buds all inside here. You can see right in there, male flower buds, and there's probably some tendrils somewhere. I just haven't really looked for them. And right here is where the vine is coming out of the plant right here. Got a leaf here, and here's the rest of it's going to start to come out, and it's going to come right towards the camera. So that's the direction the vine's going, which is perfect. So usually getting about a leaf a day is what it's doing. And this one's a little, like I said, a little behind, but it's slowly getting there. This one's the better plant. I hopefully will get a Howden out of it. I've always wanted to get a nice, good Howden pumpkin, and I keep trying. Charisma vine is further down inside. It hasn't come up and started to shoot out like the Howden has started to. I'm not sure. I guess that's just part of the that particular variety of pumpkin does that. So we'll see how it goes. Right here, these new ones that you see here. Let's see. The one on the left is a Racer Plus, and the one on the right is a Champion. And the Champion pumpkin, according to the instructions, directions, or whatnot from the website, said that this pumpkin gets to be about 30 pounds or more in about 90 days. We'll see if that actually holds to be true or not. The Racer Plus gets between, I think, 15 to 18 pounds in about 85 days. So we'll see how that all goes out. They're short to, both of them are either short to medium sized vines. So, and I think I planted them let's see, July 24th, I believe, is when I planted all the new pumpkins that you'll see. Here is this mound is completely Champion pumpkins, and you can see it's already got true leaves, and they're already working on the second one. And like I said, all those are July 4th. They sprouted up. Most of these plants sprouted up in about 3 to 4 days. Most of them on 3. This over here is these are my Racer Plus mound, and you can already see a true leaf, nice good true leaf here. The second one already going. First and second one. So this mound is done pretty nice. One thing I've come across in the past 3 or 4 days that I hadn't seen throughout all my pumpkin growing this season, even though a lot of it has failed, is I've come across squash vine borer eggs. So I was a little surprised to see them this late in the season. Usually they're done by July. So I don't know. I guess here they hang around longer. So, and I also sprayed some neem oil during the evening only, without direct sunlight on it. That gave it all through the night and all through the early morning to dry and everything before the sun came out. And it did just fine. I didn't burn any of my leaves this time because, you know, last time I did it in the morning time, early morning, like the directions said I could do, only the sun came out a couple hours later. The stuff hadn't completely dried yet, and so it burned the heck out of my plants, at least some of them anyways. This time I made sure I did it in the evening only, no direct sunlight, and I have no issues. No squash bugs. I have not seen one this whole season, surprisingly. I'm so happy for that. Like I said, I've seen some squash vine borer eggs. I've gotten about maybe 8 of them off of my plants outside of here, this outside part of the garden. I have not seen any squash vine borer eggs on the inside of my hoop house here. Now, I have pretty much opened this up. Let me show you what I've done. I've had this open for a while. It's not that it's all torn up, even though it looks like it. Some of it is. There are some holes and there are some tears and rips. But a lot of this I have pulled off because I wanted to get more ventilation going through here, and also lower the temperature down in here, because sometimes it would get, you know, to 112 degrees or so inside here. Plants seemed to do okay. They didn't suffer. They didn't do any major wilting or anything. But, you know, I just didn't want to risk it, so I opened things up and just allowing the free flow. And still, even with this very minimum protection, which is not much right now, squash vine borer eggs have not been found inside here, knock on wood. Right here is a Big Max pumpkin, about 1 month old, and it's probably one of my best plants I think I have right now. You can see right here is the vine that's coming out right through here. It comes to a stem and leaf right here, and then the vine is right here. It's going to continue to come out as we go along. You can see the male flowers and things inside of here. Now this is a Maxima family pumpkin, not a Peppo. So that means I have to pollinate it with only Maxima pumpkin plants, whether it's Cinderella or another Big Max or something like that. I'm not growing any more Cinderellas this year. All of that died. But anywho, so, and I had about 4 or 5 to 6 mounds for Big Maxima, but not very many of them have done well. That, like I said, is my best one. And this one right here is my next best one. It's kind of caught up and it's doing really good too. The vine is right down in here that's coming out, and you know, so it's doing real good. That's a Big Max. You can see how it used to be 2 plants in there. I took one out because the hole was just not big enough to support 2 good plants. But as you can see, it hasn't really done well. Even though I didn't really disturb that one, yeah, maybe it got messed up a little bit. I don't know. It's just not. It stopped doing pretty much anything, so it's probably going to be useless. And you can see how some of the leaves are turning yellow and just not doing very well. And that was the one I took out of there. That was the second plant that was in that hole I just showed you, and I put it over here. And it's, you know, pumpkins don't survive transplants very well. But I figured, you know, better to have 1 good plant than 2 maybes. But both of them were kind of not doing very well. I just pulled a one that was in this hole right here. I pulled it out tonight. For some reason, I got up this morning, or maybe it was yesterday, and the thing was, all the leaves had just completely just drooped, just wilted completely. I don't know what the heck happened. There was no holes, no squash vine borers kind of stuff. It just dropped dead. The leaves were still green. They're just gone. So I just pulled it out before I shot this video and just threw it away. Here I get to the two charisma plants right there. doing very well for about 1 month old. Single charisma is doing all right, and there's another charisma right there. It's okay, you know. The one over there in the far left corner, that's one of those Sweet Baby early pie pumpkins, something like that. It's not doing very well, but you know, no big deal. All right, so that's what's going on there. There's some tendrils on some of them. There's male flower buds, and I actually on this Big Macs right here, if you very carefully kind of move back some of the leaves and stuff that haven't opened up yet, that are tucked back in there in the vine, I did come across a female flower that I saw that will eventually, you know, as this vine grows out longer, will show up. But I opened up things just very carefully, just out of curiosity, and I found a female flower tucked in there. So don't know if it'll sprout up. There's my hand sanitizer that I keep with me now after having that mosaic virus last time from not washing my hands going from plants to plants. This mound right here, let's see, that is a mound of champion pumpkins, and you can see that, you know, they're doing all right. This is what are those again? Racer Plus right there. Racer Plus mound right there. Those are champion, Racer Plus, and champions over there. Okay, so alright, I do have another problem besides squash vine borer eggs that I've found. I got the ice cream man coming by. Anyhow, caterpillars, big time. They have done some major damage to my newborn plants here, my champions and my Racer Plus. You can see how these leaves have been just decimated and eaten all over. And I'll put you on the bottom side. I mean, look at all these holes and stuff. I mean, they have just, I mean, look at all that stuff. Not that black stuff, that's just dirt, but all the holes. Instead of having this nice tissue right here on the end where it's all solid, they have just chewed and chewed and chewed. I mean, look at this leaf right here. Look at that hole right in that cotyledon leaf. That was done by a big caterpillar that I got rid of. You know, but they hide under the bottom of these leaves. They're, and look at it, just, you know, like I said, a lot of that's dirt, but there's a lot of chewed up, destroyed cotyledon leaves, and even some of the first true leaves are getting all chewed up too. I mean, they're all over the place here, just tearing everything up. And I mean, look at this stuff, just horrible. You know, I've come out here this morning and I, you know, commence to dispense of them. Just pick them right off there and give a little squeeze, and they're gone. And there were lots of them. There's all different sizes and everything. And I just went from plant to plant, killing them, and came back this evening before I shot this video and went through the plants again. Found about 3 or 4 more small ones, one big one. Just got to started getting rid of them. I have a few that I kept inside a cup in there. As I went to research them online last night, I found out what kind of caterpillar they are, and I found that they are yellow striped army worms is what they were called. And they just are eating my plants and just decimating them. So, you know, I put down some diatomaceous earth earlier, a day or so ago, but we've had so much rain here. I know a lot of the country is starving for rain, but here in my area, I mean, we've been getting rain about every 2 to 3 days, and big heavy downpours too. I mean, it started out nice and sunny, but mid-morning a big thunderstorm came through and just dumped probably about a half an inch of rain. So my plants have not really had a chance to dry out. It just keeps raining every so often. So I haven't had to do any watering, but at the same time, I'm getting too much water. And, with my soil, a lot of it is clay, and you know what clay does with water, holds on to it. And, as much as I try to make things drain as well as I could, it's not good enough. So I wish we'd just get a little bit of a break from this rain, and let my plants get a chance to keep on growing. So there's some progress. A lot of these bigger plants this year again are like about a month old. They'll be a month on August 4th, and I'm gonna keep using neem oil only in the evening time. And I don't think that the neem oil though works against squash vine borers, the moths or whatever, but maybe a little bit. But I'm going to put out sheets of aluminum that I'm going to put around the stem, and just let the reflection of the sky reflect off the aluminum foil, and that's supposedly supposed to confuse the moth and prevent them from landing. So I'm going to get back to doing that. And now that I have discovered some eggs, thank goodness I found them before they've hatched. Don't know if I found all of them, but we'll see. I keep a vigil on it. So, from Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, we'll hopefully, by mid-August, hopefully I'll have some good vines, maybe 4 feet, 5 feet long on some of the plants, hopefully. Should have some male flowers blooming and everything, and who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and have a female bloom and pollinated by the end of the month. That's my hope. And it'll give it about 2 months before Halloween to get fully grown and ripened, so we'll see. All right, from Pittman's Pumpkin Patch. Talk to you later. Bye.